Welcome aboard Bus One. We're on our way to Santa Barbara, California, and we've got some time to kill. Let's do some trivia. Passengers, introduce yourselves in alphabetical order.
What's up, everyone? It's Aidan.
How's it going, everyone? It's Cameron.
Yeah!
And I'm Cooper.
And I'm Steven, your hostess with the mostest. Today's topic is the one, I know, right? I'm getting a little fancy, second episode,
Oh.
I know, right?
Today's topic is one that I said I could easily do in the fish episode, but I said I wouldn't do it. Well, if you fell for that one, fooled ya. I'm a compulsive liar. Today's episode is all about the deep ocean. Thoughts?
Ooh, I actually locked in my challenge when you did that,
Finally.
Steven. Preemptive challenge.
Oh. Well, Aidan, for that one, you get 3 points.
Really? Let's go. I'm holding you to that. Or did you lie because you're a compulsive liar? Damn.
He lied again.
Yeah.
Got his ass.
Got
Got
his
So
ass.
bad.
I have a problem. Let's get to the rules. As you all know, the real reason why we're all headed to Santa Barbara, California is to visit the Monterey Bay Aquarium Research Institute, where a great deal of American research of the Pacific Ocean, and specifically the deep ocean, takes place. Along our speedy trip there, you guys are going to answer 3 rounds of 5 questions. This time, you're competing for deep ocean coins. I'm handing out 1 deep ocean coin, 4 questions in the first round, 2 in the second, 3 in the third. No buzzers this time. I don't like buzzers.
Is that crypto? Is Deep Ocean Coin like crypto?
Yeah, that's the new crypto.
It really sounds like
don't
one.
tell them
It's
about
a-
my pump and dump scheme. Okay?
Oh,
And we're
okay.
cutting
It's
this
a
out,
crypto
don't worry.
that's-
But
It's
we're
an
cutting this out.
AI-generated crypto.
Yeah, the real winner of the episode gets to be the one to do the
Okay,
rug
so
pull.
let's cut all of that out, and then you're gonna say that, and I'm gonna be like, "This is brilliant investment opportunity."
Okay. Steven, is that crypto?
Yes, it is, and it's an incredible investment opportunity. It's actually tied to the deep
Wow.
ocean. I'm gonna tell you all about it as we go through the episode.
Deep Ocean isn't going anywhere, guys. It's get it on the ground.
The deep
floor.
ocean, it's always been there. It's the root.
The blockchain. Just someone say blockchain. Blockchain.
Blockchain.
It's on the blockchain.
Deep learning.
The AI.
That's it. That's it.
Algorithm.
How many more buzzwords can we throw in?
Buzz.
No, Cooper, no
one
buzzer
trivia.
this episode, so we can't do any more.
No
We can't
buzzwords
do
this
any more.
episode.
Buzzwords.
Guys,
No buzzwords
buzzwords
this episode. Steven hates buzzwords.
Now, a little bit more about myself, though. I'm still a compulsive liar, and I couldn't help myself this episode. One of the answers that I will inevitably tell you is correct will not be correct. If you catch me, I'm giving you 3 deep ocean coins. And if you catch me during the question itself, I'll give you a whopping 5 deep ocean coins total.
5 deep ocean
5
coins.
deep ocean
You know what you can
coin?
buy with that?
No.
Nothing in a couple months. But if you're wrong, I mean,
It's
no,
all
cut
a
that out. Cut
fugazi.
that out. You can buy a house with that.
Cut the
You can
cameras.
buy a house with that.
You just see a hook come in from off screen and like yank them away.
You know what you can buy with that? Anything you want on
I'm
paper.
sorry. Sometimes the truth
Yeah,
comes out.
yeah.
I mean, sometimes the truth comes out, and I can't handle it.
Steven's a compulsive
I'm a
truth.
compulsive truther.
Compulsive truth.
Equal and
I'm
opposite
a
reaction.
compulsive truther.
If you're wrong, though, if you're wrong about your challenge, you'll lose 3 of your deep ocean coins.
Damn it. The blockchain will take it back, man.
In addition to being worth so much money, real money, deep ocean coins are a sign of respect at the Monterey Bay Aquarium Research Institute. So whoever has the most deep ocean coins will be the most respected at the Monterey Bay Aquarium Research Institute. You got all that?
Sounds good.
I do like the idea of like Steven's episodes are all about trying to earn respect.
Yeah.
At the destination.
The fish episode, yeah, it's all about like when you get to the destination, everyone's like, "Hey, respect for your
Hey,
yeah.
performance."
I heard you
Welcome
did some
to the
trivia.
fish fry.
Yeah.
Welcome
Hey,
to the fish
you
fry.
know,
Welcome to
you
the
got-
Monterey Bay Aquarium.
You have 15 pounds of 10-pounder fish, respect, man.
Respect.
And let me
What up?
say, these deep ocean coins, whoo-hoo,
I don't know what that
Talk
means,
about-
but I'm ready
talk
for
about
it.
respect.
Let's
Yeah,
talk
woohoo.
about respect.
Let me just say, woohoo!
RESPECT.
And in the last episode, I wrote the fish one. Okay, I did not indulge myself in doing all fish biology questions, and I tried to have some good variety. It's as if I was on a leash, but now, let's just say I'm off the leash. Let's just say
It's all biology.
If we were to use the same analogy,
it's as if I've been unleashed.
Oh God. He said it.
whoa.
He said
Oh
it!
my god. Guys, we have to...
He's been unleashed and he's diving. He's diving deeper and deeper.
Oh, we're about to
I'm
dive.
off the tether. Oh, no,
safety
I'm
net.
sinking.
No, he's off the tether.
The iceberg that is fish biology, he's going to the very bottom.
The bottom of the fish biology iceberg.
Now I'm
Wow.
I'm pretty pumped now. I am pretty pumped now.
I'm
to
glad
hear
I
that.
sold you
Let
all.
me just say, woo.
Woo. Let's get unleashed, bro.
Feeling.
Round 1. This round is titled Humble Beginnings.
Killer. The beginnings of the deep ocean? How far back are we going?
The deep ocean is generally defined as the depth at which light begins to dwindle, beginning at around 656 feet, or, 200 meters. This is known as the twilight zone. Play music. Ocean depths greater than 3,280 feet, or 1,000 meters, are completely devoid of sunlight. So this is known as the aphotic zone. Play music. How deep is the ocean on average? Closest answer wins.
Oh man.
Oh.
What is the
In
average
Are you
depth
looking
of
for
the
a
ocean?
specific
On
unit?
Feet or meters? I'll take either.
So not miles. Interesting.
I mean,
I-
Cooper, they could.
I could do the calculations, but that's annoying, so.
That's really interesting, because, how much is the deepest of deep ocean?
839 meters.
Oh my gosh.
That's your guess?
That's
Cameron?
that's
For how
Cameron's
deep the
answer,
ocean?
not the answer
The
to
ocean
your
on
question,
average?
Aidan.
Okay. I thought you were answering
So he
Aidan's
gave it
question
in
for a
meters,
second.
huh?
Yeah.
Even in meters.
You can do
which
meters or
means-
feet.
I don't want
I'm
to
gonna
make
do
you
leagues.
Yes, please.
Leagues?
Well, a league's technically 2 meters. No, a fathom. You have to do it in fathoms. 'cause
Fathoms.
it's depth.
Fathoms.
Yeah, because
Fathoms.
20,000 leagues. Yeah, I'm not going to get into it.
Just answer the question.
It's been a while since
Guys,
I've
I'm
read
a
that book.
compulsive unit-er. It's a problem.
You just keep trying to bring up obscure nautical
Anyway.
measurements.
Yeah, darn right. I'm gonna
Nautical
say
nonsense.
I'm gonna say most of the ocean. I'm gonna say 1,001 feet. I'm gonna say most of it is in the aphotic zone.
Okay.
I would agree with that. I'll say average 3,500 feet.
Okay.
Or wait, I meant to say 1,001 meters.
Okay.
Sorry.
1,001 meters.
Oh, I'm the only feeder.
You're the only feet.
Okay.
Whatever the aphotic zone number, one deeper than that is.
Because the Marianas Trench is and Challenger Deep is crazy deep. That obviously that's gonna pull down the average, right?
Yeah. That's
I guess
correct.
the Earth is big, but yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know if it would pull down the average, Cooper.
Okay.
What do you mean?
So
Because the Earth
It
is
obviously does.
because Cooper
Yeah, okay,
answered in
yeah.
feet and everyone answered in meters, I'm going to do a quick conversion using my phone.
Yeah.
I'm allowed phones. You all are not. I forgot to mention that in the rules.
I heard that phones don't work in the deep ocean.
That's true. There's no connection down there, and that's where we are. We're not driving to Santa Barbara, California.
How deep
We're
is
driving
Santa Barbara?
we're driving the long way through the
Yeah,
deep
I was
ocean.
gonna
to
say
get to
we've taken the route. We've taken the route under the water.
We have a diving bell
and then-
bus.
Aidan, what did you say again?
I said just 1,001 meters.
Okay. Cooper, you were the closest, although I would say none of you were the
Because
closest.
I think mine's the highest, right?
Yes, because so you get one deep ocean coin for that. The average
Wow,
depth of the
nice.
ocean is actually 12,080 feet, or 3,682 meters.
What is
Wow.
what is that in fathoms?
In fathoms? How many fathoms are
Divide
in
by 6. Divide by 6. 6 feet.
It's
6
fathoms.
feet? 6
6
feet?
feet
it's
a
like-
fathom?
Yeah.
So
I was
So it's
gonna
about
say like
6,000
3,000
fathoms.
fathoms, but I didn't know what the conversion was.
okay. I would have still done that. Yeah, overall the ocean is very deep. It's at about 12,080 feet on average, although this number is probably somewhat inaccurate because the bottom of the ocean isn't very uniform or flat. It's just as mountainous as the land, maybe even more so, and only
That's
a quarter of the Earth's seafloor has been mapped in high resolution.
That's terrifying.
Sweet.
If we
That is
take this
terrifying.
number, that means about 95% of the ocean is considered to be in at least the twilight zone, or the deep ocean, and about 73% of the ocean is eternally plunged into complete darkness.
Yeah, there's got to be shit that lives down
That's
there.
pretty interesting.
On average, the ocean's pretty deep and pretty dark. And then I wrote
Yeah.
a long discllaimer
That's
that I'm not going to
scary.
read.
Are we going down there, or are we just talking about it?
Yeah, we don't have to go down there, right, Steven?
Yeah, I'm last week's or the 2 weeks ago's episode was murder mystery. I don't feel like doing a horror movie inside this shell, this carbon fiber shell down to the Titanic.
Let's-
No, we were smarter.
No,
we were
no
smarter.
carbon fiber shells. We're
Nope,
not-
I'm seeing carbon fiber. You know why? It looks great, guys.
Cameron, our resident
we all know, we all know the
submarine
compression
construction
strength.
engineer.
The creaking sound means that it's working.
I got my controller, guys.
Not the video game controller.
Don't worry, guys.
All
You may
right,
be onto something with that line of thought. Going deeper, the Challenger Deep is named after the HMS Challenger. It is the deepest point in the ocean, being inside of a large depression in the already unusually deep Marianas Trench, and is about 36,000 feet deep. The HMS
Whoa.
Challenger remarkably discovered the spot during what was the first major scientific expedition devoted to the very new field of oceanography. What year was the Challenger Deep discovered? Once again, closest.
Ooh. So it's not named after the movie Challengers.
No, I believe that was named after
The tennis
the
movie?
Challenger
After
Deep.
the
Tennis
Challenger
movie?
Deep.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I believe it's in the movie.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
They play tennis at the bottom of the Challenger
The
Deep. and
second,
then all
the second
kids.
half of the movie takes a twist.
It's a deep.
Let's just say
dive.
Deep sea
you'll want to
tennis
stay
movie.
tuned. You'll want to be in your seat.
Well, one of the first major scientific vessels.
It was the first major scientific expedition devoted to the new field of oceanography.
Can I ask a clarifying question? Like, how did they discover
1888.
it? Okay, never mind.
Yeah, Aidan, I was going to say, they just get a
1888.
long rope.
Okay.
yeah,
And a
yeah. Is
big
it like
rock.
sonar? Like,
No, this was before sonar.
I'm gonna.
I
I'll
will
say
share
nine-
after you all guess.
Sounds good. I'll say 1931.
Okay.
1879.
Cameron, you're the closest.
Wow.
The year was 1875. It was discovered pretty much on a
Dang.
fluke. So bad weather forced them off their normal course to avoid landing in Guam, and instead they ventured over the underwater canyon known as the Marianas Trench. So they randomly did a depth test while they were passing over this point, which they accomplished by dropping like a weighted rope with depth markings on it until it reached the bottom. The entire process took over an hour and a half, and by the time it reached the bottom, everyone else on the boat was like freaking out and celebrating. They're like, "This is crazy!"
That's really
It's crazy
funny.
deep.
Yeah.
They did it manually. That's insane.
Yeah, so they had to
How did
pull
they-
it back up manually as well. No,
How did
presumably had
they
it cranked.
know that it hit the bottom?
I actually don't know. I tried to find
Well,
more
it's when-
information,
it's-
but
Probably when you drop the rope and it loses slack.
yeah, that's what I would
Depends
say.
how much weight is on it.
They were off by a couple hundred feet. They like went back to the point, around the point that they documented taking the measurement off, and they were off by a couple hundred feet. So it wasn't quite 100% accurate,
exact
but
science.
it was pretty darn close. And
I mean,
also
for-
like
for-
a miracle that they found it.
Yeah, for analog measurement, that is
Yeah,
crazy.
Yeah.
for a thing, a big thing of rope and presumably a big fucking rock. That's pretty good.
Yeah. And the fact that out of the entire ocean, they found the deepest spot in the entire ocean on the first time they ever went there is nuts.
That's nuts.
So-
Stephen,
Yeah.
I think a question about the Challenger Deep would be a pretty good one to have the challenge question.
Okay. Are you challenging?
I'm
with
just
your-
gonna have to test you here and challenge Challenger
He's doing
Deep.
that if
Bro.
that hits, holy shit.
Okay.
I never challenge like a year or a number that you just have to pull out of your ass because how are you?
You're telling me they found it
supposed to-
first try with a rope and they
That's-
don't know how they'd hit the bottom?
Cooper, that is correct. They did actually find it in 1875.
Oh,
Or is it? Your challenge is not correct.
God,
It is
you
correct.
got it so
Maybe I
good.
should.
Yeah, I was
That
like,
is
hold on.
correct.
thing,
You're
though.
wrong.
Like I saw this recently when it just like on something that was like when you're writing something and you're like, oh, this doesn't make sense. Like this is too much of a coincidence. You don't realize how many wacky coincidences actually just happened in history.
Yeah.
And so
And there are...
You're telling me you didn't make the Challenger Deep question the challenge question?
Don't worry, we have another Challenger Deep question right now. Question
guys,
3.
what are you guys...
Right now.
What you guys used to challenge this one?
Cooper, you lose.
You can
3
try.
coins.
You lose.
I know, I have
well,
-2
No,
deep coin.
No, there's no debt, so you can feel free to challenge right
Okay.
now if you so choose.
No debt.
No debt.
I'm not a fan of debt.
Someone called a bank.
Are you saying I can
There's no
challenge more
debt.
than once?
We haven't unlocked deep ocean coin debt. No, you can only challenge once. I believe that's what
Okay.
I said this once. Okay, question 3.
I can't trust anything you
This
say.
question is actually about the Challenger Deep, though. I didn't lie about that.
Oh, okay. I'm excited.
I may be a compulsive liar, but I didn't lie about that. 75 years after the original HMS Challenger discovery of the Challenger Deep, Swiss oceanographer Jacques Piccard and American Naval Lieutenant Don Walsh would make the first voyage to the bottom. That's a good name, which gives them the rare honor of being among the 3 people who have been down there, with James Cameron joining that club in 2012. Cameron.
That's me.
Yep. There you go. The Trieste, which was named after the Italian city it was constructed in, was designed by Auguste Piccard, Jacques Piccard's father, and was purchased by the United States Navy in 1958 for the scientific dives that would be conducted under Project Necton. If you know what a bathysphere looks like, you know what the submersible looks like. But if you don't, just imagine a big steel ball with a large ship ballast on top. But the 1960 voyage to the bottom of the Challenger Deep did not go smoothly. What went wrong during the expedition? Was it A, the oxygen in their vessel compressed too much and they got sick and became delirious? B, the ballast lost buoyancy all at once, causing their vessel to sink rapidly for the last 6,000 feet of their descent? C, the window on their pod cracked and began to leak? Or D, the power went out for an extended period of time, plunging them into complete darkness for nearly an hour?
Oh.
Dang.
Oof, I feel like I know the answer to this one. I'm going to be very upset when I don't get it right.
I think it's the oxygen thing. I was reading Sphere by Michael Crichton, which is like an undersea thriller. It's very scary if you are afraid of the deep ocean. And their whole, because he goes into the science of it, they have to create an atmosphere with like helium down there because the pressure makes weird stuff happen to your blood or something like that. So I'll say that.
Okay.
I will say the ballast thing where they did like a free fall.
Okay.
For the last 6,000 feet.
And then Cameron.
Can you repeat the other 2 answers?
And keep in mind, you can answer some of the other ones if you would like. But the window on their pod cracked and began to leak. That's C. Or D, the power went out for an extended period of time, plunging them into complete darkness for nearly an hour.
I'm going D.
Okay.
I feel like if your window cracks, like it's over when you're
done.
Yeah, you're done.
Well, unfortunately, none of you got the point because their viewing glass did in fact crack.
And begin to leak?
Yes, it actually did. The outer plexiglass window pane cracked at a depth of about 30,000 feet, causing water to flood into the inner viewing window.
Oh, okay.
So they had
it's
multiple
not
layers, so it didn't like start
It's
filling.
not single pane glass.
So, okay,
Aidan.
my wording was a bit misleading, but that was on purpose.
It was just a little bit. Wait, Steve, you said we can't go negatives, right? There's no debt?
Yeah, you feel free to
I'm
challenge.
challenging the Challenger Deep question.
You have no points. No one's going to be able to challenge but Cameron at the end.
He's a hero. He's a hero.
I'm doing it.
Well,
It's gotta be
unfortunately,
this one.
Well, okay, unfortunately, that's incorrect. The viewing glass did crack.
Yeah.
And this journey was crazy, okay? So at about 30,000 feet, the outer window cracked, causing water to flood into the inner viewing window. And then when this occurred, the entire vessel violently shook, and they reported hearing a loud shriek. But then they checked the pressure and oxygen gauges and were like, oh, we're all good. And they just kept going.
Whoa.
Dang.
They noticed, they saw the crack, they saw it filling with water, and they're just like, we're just going to keep going.
That's
It'll
insane.
probably be fine.
Yeah. So one detail I haven't shared is how long the whole ordeal took. So the descent took about 4 hours and 45 minutes, with them sinking at about 1 meter a second. They sat at the bottom of the Challenger Deep for about 20 minutes and reported seeing flatfish swimming around the diatomaceous ooze ocean floor. So it's important to note that neither of the men had any extensive biological knowledge at all. And what they were seeing was probably sea cucumbers, because flatfish can't exist at that depth without having all the moisture crushed out of their bodies. So they didn't know what they were talking about, but we sent those two guys. So tell me how that makes sense.
That's crazy.
The ascent
Sounds
then
about right.
took...
So that was in the 50s?
This was in the 60s, 1960.
Wow.
So the ascent then took them 3 hours and 15 minutes. They had a cracked window that was full of water for almost 4 hours of that journey. It was about...
On the way up?
Yeah, so they sat at the bottom for about 20 minutes. The window had already cracked at that point. And then the way up took 3 hours and 15 minutes. Quite the ordeal. So some additional things to note. It was about 40 degrees Fahrenheit inside the vessel at all times, because that's the temperature at which water is the densest. So that's pretty consistently the temperature of the deep ocean. This is the same temperature as the inside of your refrigerator, for reference. 2, it smelled like gasoline the entire time, because the ballast operated by emptying gasoline into the water to reduce buoyancy. So it just smelled like gasoline. And then 3,
That's awful.
they also reported hearing
Releasing
loud
gas.
creaking and groaning noises throughout the entire journey.
It was probably just the sound of the ocean.
Yeah, and also...
Where was that on the torture episode?
It was just most definitely
rinky-dink.
the sound of the vessel itself.
Yeah.
Almost certainly.
They just, that happens when you put a lot of pressure on a sphere.
So that was a hellish journey that they went through.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
Oh.
You could not pay me to make that journey.
Yeah, I have the heebie-jeebies right now.
And the fact that the window cracked and they were like, it's fine. And they just kept
Keep
going.
going.
I would've
They were
shit
most of the
all
way.
over
That makes more sense if they were already down there, right? Like if no point in going back up because we'll probably die on the way if it's dangerous anywhere. Let's see.
And
what
they
we
were
can see.
almost at the bottom. They were at 30,000 feet.
Yeah, right.
And they went to 36,000 feet. So it's like they were mostly
Just
there.
finish
Yeah,
it
that's
down.
like they were there.
Practically
Yeah, they were
there.
You're like, might as well
They were
finish,
fucking there.
get over the line.
Yeah. Were they like radioing back or did they have to come all the way back and then be like, we saw these weird fish?
They had like a line that
They had a tether.
I actually forgot to write this down, but I read about this. They had a line that would periodically like lose connection that they could communicate through. That was essentially like, radio. So when the thing cracked, they just didn't have any communication until like they were at the bottom. So they
That's
spent like
crazy.
30 minutes without any communication. And they were like, oh yeah, by the way, the window cracked. We're ready to go up now.
That's crazy.
So, fun bonus question while I'm thinking about
It was
it.
a pull system, like pull twice for window crack.
Yeah, they just had like had 2 cans on a string.
It's a
Morse
bell.
code. Beep, beep,
2 cans on a string that they could just speak through. So, fun bonus question while I'm thinking about
Bonus
it,
question.
and while it's relevant. The Titan submersible was that submarine that imploded during its private expedition to the Titanic in June of 2023. At what depth did the vessel
long ago?
implode? If you're within 1,000 feet, I'll give you it.
I want to say it was 6,000 feet.
Okay.
I was going to say 12,000.
Okay, Aidan?
Hey, I was also going to say 12,000, but I'll say 10.
Okay.
Wow.
Aidan and Cooper, you both get 1 deep ocean coin. It was 11,000 feet.
Nice.
So they were approaching the Titanic. They said something along the lines of, we're about to drop to weight. And then 3 seconds later, there was a loud ping noise, and then they were never heard from again. And that is at about 11,000 feet.
That gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Yeah, that is terrifying.
Yeah.
And that's why...
Wasn't it? Didn't they find the records and it had like fully just imploded?
It imploded.
Yeah,
it
the litter
it
was all over the
before-
place. It was about 500 meters from the Titanic.
Wow.
They died before they even knew what happened.
they died
their brain
instantly.
didn't process.
They had no chance to...
Their brain
process what
couldn't
happened.
even process what happened fast enough. That's how quickly it imploded.
So I guess they didn't suffer.
Yes, exactly. They did not. Like, it was fucking... Didn't they say the implosion at its core got to, like, the surface of the sun because of how much pressure, the collapse of the vessel?
I think I
and the
read
pressure,
something
so
like that.
It got incredibly high.
Yeah. Question 4. Sonar technology first saw widespread use during World War II. And this is when sonar operators first witnessed the bizarre phenomenon. The deep scattering layer, also known as the phantom bottom, would make sonar operators think that they were approaching the ocean floor. They observed the false bottom rise during the night and fall during day hours. Originally, they believed it to be some sort of enemy submarine or technology, but then they discovered it was the primary responsibility of this fish's daily migrations. And yes, I kind of alluded to this during the fish episode, so if you remember what I said, you can probably narrow it down to a 50-50. A.
I remember you talking about it.
I remember you talking about it too.
Well,
I was on that
let's
episode.
put your knowledge
I
to
was
the
at
test.
that, yeah.
But I know you
Okay,
saw
here
it. Everyone has seen it
I was on the
in this
episode.
room. Everyone in this room, in this bus.
Cooper, were you on that episode?
Yes, I was. I won the episode, Cameron.
That was
Hey, Cameron, you
disrespect.
remember him kicking your ass?
Oh my god! With his Animal Crossing
Anyways,
knowledge,
sorry.
you remember that,
Do you remember that now, Cameron?
or did you block
yes,
that from
I
your
do know.
minds?
No, the Animal Crossing, the fucking Cooper.
So, okay, which fish was responsible for the deep scattering layer? A. Lanternfish. B. Bristlemouths. C. Viperfish. Or D. Snailfish. And yes,
Dang,
I just
you talked about all of
Is that
those.
the exact same multiple
list.
choice? Are
Yes.
you fucking
Yes,
kidding
it's
me?
the exact same list.
Steven! I remember you talking about
D.
how scary bristlемouths were. I don't know.
D.
Snailfish.
Snailfish.
Okay.
D.
I remember the snailfish is the one that looked like a dog,
Mm-hmm.
and lanternfish, you're like, it's not the one you're thinking of.
Yeah, I did say that.
It's not an anglerfish. The
It's
bristlemouth,
your-
I remember we looked up pictures of that.
And it was scary.
Was it
Made us all
lanternfish that
uncomfortable.
looks like glowing anchovies?
Yeah. I think I said glowing sardines.
I'm going to say lanternfish.
Okay.
'Cause,
I'm
yeah,
gonna say
that,
lanternfish too.
that rung a bell. Something about camouflaging in the...
Against the
sun,
against
yeah.
the yeah.
Well, that would be correct. You both get one
Fuck.
deep ocean coin. So, lanternfish are, as I said, the most common fish in the deep ocean and make up about 65% of deep sea biomass.
So it's them just rising up made them think the floor was rising up.
There were so many of them that their sonar was pinging
Wow.
off of it and it looked like the bottom, like the ocean floor.
That's crazy. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Insane.
So,
Also, must be the scariest thing ever being in a submarine and thinking the ocean floor is like moving.
yeah, dude,
How do you if you can't even like see the floor for reference? How do you even like maneuver at all in the ocean?
I
Like
honestly,
that's
I
the
have
only
no idea.
reference you have.
Because it's like I know U-boats were a thing before, like during
Sonar?
World War One and stuff. So they like had submersibles.
Well, I bet they were more like the early U-boats were probably not like going super duper deep. It was just more about sealed.
Yeah, but that's still like crazy because it's like so hard to
Yeah.
see where you're going.
I mean, if
'Cause-
you're like a ship in like the old days on the open ocean, you're kind of doing the same thing, like a sailing ship.
I guess the ocean is just scary. Just being
Yeah,
out
the
there.
ocean is terrifying.
I feel like we've already established this with the first like 4 questions.
This is an
And
entire.
Where are we going
What's
from
the
here?
is it like Thalassophobia or something like that? I forget what it is.
Thalassophobia. Yeah, that's fear of the
It's
ocean.
fear of the deep.
Yeah.
Fear of the open ocean. I
We should
think,
we should have like a
specifically.
warning of like hey,
We might need to put a content
Put the
warning.
content warning here because it's a lot of that.
Do we put
I'm
a
getting the heebie-
If
I'm
Subnautica
getting the
makes you
heebie-jeebies.
sweat, then
Jeeby warning?
yeah, heebie-jeebie warning, bro.
if the game Subnautica makes you sweat, then this episode is not for you.
I could never.
You cannot
I could
catch me
never
dead
play
playing
that game.
Subnautica either.
Yeah, I can't. I would shit myself.
So to continue on my description, that means about 65% of the deep scattering layer was the bodies of lanternfish. Or rather, it was reflecting off their swim bladders, which are like, they're the organs
got
that
them.
are inside fish that like fill with air to help them rise, and then they, deflate to help them sink. That's where our lungs come from. They evolved into lungs.
That's actually really cool.
So lanternfish,
Thanks,
swim bladder.
you learn a lot in the fish episodes.
Thanks, lanternfish.
Lanternfish.
Thank you,
Well, it wasn't
lanternfish.
from lanternfish. It was just
Thank you, Tectonic,
It
for
just
giving me
happens to
swim
be-
bladders
yeah.
that I can breathe with.
that is critical. I would hate to breathe air. I mean water. I mean
I would hate to breathe air.
I can't help myself. I keep lying. Lanternfish
Next.
go from as deep as 5,000 feet to as shallow as 30 feet, rising at night to feed on the plankton that remain in the photic zone, and sinking into the twilight zone, play music, to hide from predators and to follow prey that also make these migrations. I'll talk a little bit more about lanternfish in the next question. Question 5.
Whoa. Seamless
Already?
transition.
Lanternfish are named as such because of their bioluminescence. They use their photophores to communicate with each other, to help with mating, So it's like you can recognize what species you are because it's hard to do that in the dark. And for counter illumination, which is like hiding their silhouettes from below, I talked about that last time. What does this look like? What color light do lanternfish produce? A, red light. B, yellow light. C, white light. Or D, blue light.
D.
Blue light.
I'm gonna go against my better judgment. C.
White light.
White light.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe they are blue and it filters it.
I'm going to go, because red light is the lowest energy production. I'll say red light.
Okay. Cooper, you're correct. The answer is blue light. So,
I remember from
lanternfish.
pictures that it was blue.
Yeah.
There you
Well,
go.
Should've
kind
just
of like
gone with blue light.
bioluminescence is like a blue-green kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should have just gone with what I thought it was going to be.
And that's on purpose because they have the help of symbiotic bioluminescent bacteria. So, yeah, if you've ever seen those pictures of like the waves in Puerto Rico or Hawaii, you know it glows green or blue, kind of green-blue.
Covered it in bioluminescent algae. As a diversion.
And the reason
See, that
why...
movie-
Quick Moana reference for
Thank
you.
you.
Oh, there you go. See, I like that because it's related to what we're talking about. Shut
I like that reference because it's topical.
Yes.
And that's the end of round one. Nice job, guys. We made
And
it.
I've always,
Minutes into
I've always
this, guys.
enjoyed how topical you always are.
Yeah.
You're always on top of when it comes to
I'm
being
the
on
CTO,
topic.
Chief Topical Officer.
And I'm the CFO, the Chief Fun Officer.
There you go, Cameron. You stuck
No,
it.
Yeah,
I wrote
guys stuck in
paragraphs. I wrote paragraphs underneath every single answer, and I'm going to read all of them because I did so much research for this episode. Okay.
On to the next
Steven.
one.
No, bioluminescent fish
Steven.
produce blue light because it pierces the furthest underwater. It's the easiest to see.
Highest wavelength.
So this is why all bioluminescent fish produce blue light, despite it evolving independently from family to family. The only exception to this is the loose jaw, which does produce red light, and that's because they have specialized eyes that can see red light really easily. And this basically means other fish
me
can't
too.
see their light.
Yeah, that's got to be creepy. You just like floating around in the dark, and all of a sudden there's just like a faint red glow.
Yeah, that's when you know it's over.
Well, the creepiest thing is that you wouldn't even see the light because it's so dark under there, and it's like it
It's
doesn't
like
pierce.
infrared.
So yeah, only they can see their own light, and they use it like a flashlight to hunt other fish.
Whoa.
Like a flashlight.
And their name is Loose Jaw, so you know they look scary.
Hey, they're like Rudolph.
Yeah. Can we look up at what a loose?
Go ahead,
like
look up a
Rudolph.
Loose Jaw.
Why didn't
When
Santa just strap a loose jaw to the front of his?
They're like Rudolph when he's hunting.
Santa should have used some of his magic to get a Loose Jaw.
Rudolph's red nose is an evolutionary trait from to hunt other reindeer.
Ew,
Guys, how
ew,
have they
these
not
things-
made that Christmas horror movie yet? Rudolph.
For that
is
needs to be the
Rudolph
plot
the
of
red
the
light.
Bus One Saves Christmas. I think it has to be.
Was I the only one that looked up the loose jaw?
Look it up.
'Cause
It's
that is
freaky.
terrifying.
It's freaky.
It's fucking terrifying.
Spoiler warning, all
You
of the fish in this
just see
episode are
the
going to be
flash of
horrific.
red.
They all look horrific.
in a
That one.
snowstorm? Oh my god, that's terrifying. No, thank you. No, that's a heebie-jeebie
Yeah.
warning right there.
Yeah, heebie-jeebie warning, guys.
Editor, flash a picture of the Loose Jaw on the
Please
screen.
don't. Red light.
Warning. Okay, coin check. How many deep ocean coins do you have?
2.
3.
Somehow, with them challenging, I am stuck at 1.
This
That's
is
fucking
huge
crazy.
for us, guys.
Hey,
It's fucking crazy.
Cameron, but if you challenge
anyone's
correctly,
game.
that's 5 coin.
That's fine.
If I do it in the middle of the game, Cooper.
that's true.
Yeah.
But he does have an advantage because he doesn't have to compete with you guys for that.
That's
so
true.
Yeah.
You can take as much time as you want, Cameron. So we're going to
It's not gonna
quickly
help.
go ahead and do our audience question, and then we'll see you back at round 2.
It's me, Cooper. I'm underwater, you can't see me because it's so dark. I just wanted to let you know that now Colin 657 got the audience question from last week because there were 7. Congrats, now for the audience question this week. James Cameron's trying to he first ventured into the depths of the ocean with the movie of the abyss? When did the abyss come out? When did James Cameron's the abyss come out in movie theaters? And you are listening to Bus One Trivia.
Welcome aboard Bus One. We're on a never-ending road trip, and we have to kill the time somehow. Why not with trivia?
What cereal was the first to offer a prize in the box?
What as-seen on-TV product can be seen in the hit film Back to the Future?
How do flat earthers justify the moon in the sky?
Each week, the trivia topic changes.
Today, the topic is going to be
Catchphrases.
Time.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah! We also rotate who's hosting and who's competing, so you aren't stuck with the same old voices every week.
I'm John.
I'm Sam.
Hey everyone, it's Brooke.
Like a good neighbor.
It's Aidan.
If that sounds chill and fun to you, check back each Thursday for a shiny new episode.
How many bugs are there?
Do you divert to James Corden, or do you let the one
It looks like we're going to have to solve a murder using only the knowledge of our 3 contestants.
What the f*** is the
I challenge the existence of meatloaf.
Not to be weird about it, but gun to my head, I do like cheese.
Picturing Sam naked in a shower with a feedback.
You sunk my battleship.
Bus One Trivia. In trivia, we bus.
Round 2. Deep Ocean, Tales and Legends.
Whoa. The Kraken.
Whoa.
I really like the way that Alec names his trivia. How it's like
naming the rounds are fun.
No, do not give credence to that.
It's so funny to me. No. It made me laugh.
And they're always stupid.
You just gotta name every round Humble Beginnings.
Humble Beginnings.
Yes.
Humble round one is always humble
middle of beginnings.
Okay, Humble Beginnings.
Humble Beginnings.
That's what he named the first round in the Abraham Lincoln episode. So that's why I named it that.
That's crazy.
It's a good bet.
Question 6.
Good bet.
The first 2 video games in the BioShock series take place in an underwater city known as Rapture. This city was founded by visionary Andrew Ryan, who wanted to create a utopia free from constraining governments, ideologies, and religion, insulated at the bottom of the sea. The location was very specifically chosen by its founder to offer a strategic advantage. Where was the city of Rapture located?
Oh, fuck.
Underwater.
A. In the Pacific Ocean off the coast of British Columbia. B. In the Atlantic Ocean off the coast of Iceland. C. In the middle of the Pacific Ocean near Point Nemo. Or D. In the Atlantic Ocean off the coast of Tierra del Fuego near the Falkland Islands.
D. Falklands. Point Nemo. C.
Cooper.
Man, you guys answered fast. I'll do the British Columbia one.
Okay. Unfortunately, you all are incorrect. It's off the coast of Iceland.
Why?
Rapture is located off the coast of Iceland.
Why?
Because the volcanic activity allows for cheap geothermal energy, which powers the entire city. There you go.
I should have paid more attention when I played those games.
They're sitting on my I got them free on Epic Games, and I keep looking at them, but I haven't pulled the trigger yet.
I didn't hear what game you said.
BioShock. BioShock is a very good game
Just be aware,
series.
Aidan. You're going to have to deal with some scary underwater stuff.
Okay, maybe I'll just play Infinite then.
Infinite's great.
I love
Infinite's awesome. That's the one I started with.
They have that cool barbershop quartet God only knows moment.
Always love you.
Play all the BioShock games.
As long as there are stars above.
It's
okay, guys, we all rehearsed it, right? Let's go. And a one.
I may not always love you.
There was a group of us that learned it.
7. I don't want to hear about your group that learned God Only Knows by the Beach Boys.
You fucking nerd singing barbershop.
Question
we don't do
7.
singing
Take
here.
it away, Steven.
We don't do singing here. Question 7.
I've never sung in my life.
The movie Meg 2, The Trench, contains the incredibly stupid premise where megalodons, the giant sharks from prehistoric times, live underneath the Marianas Trench in a hidden ecosystem underneath it. Our
That's the plot of
protagonist,
that movie?
yes.
I think you mean completely factual premise, Steven.
We just haven't explored the entire ocean. We don't know. We just don't know if they're under there or not.
The visionary
What does that
writers
mean
of
by
Meg to
under
the
there?
Trench.
Like
Yeah,
under
what do
the
you mean
bottom?
under the Mariana's
The
Trench?
way
It's a
they sell
hole.
it, okay, a little bit of a spoil. Well, no, this isn't even related to the question. There's like a salt layer, like the salinity is higher underneath the Mariana's Trench, so the water just doesn't mix. And for some reason, they just can't get through the salinity layer or whatever. I believe that's what it is.
What do you mean? Like it's like the water's being held up by salt?
No, the salt content in the water below the Mariana's Trench is so high that it doesn't mix or whatever. I believe that's what it is.
What do you mean below the Mariana's Trench?
Or below the Mariana's
Yeah,
Trench,
like-
that's what I mean. Yeah.
How is it below the Mariana's Trench?
This movie doesn't make sense. Our protagonists do some shit that accidentally releases 3 megalodons to the surface, where the first thing they start doing is eating people at an ocean theme park / resort. The 3 megalodons are the girl one, the beta male, and the alpha male. This is real.
I didn't know they followed wolf hierarchy.
I'm not
down
BSing
there.
about any of this. This is all real.
Where do you think the wolves got it from?
The alpha male megalodon is the main shark villain in the movie. There are human villains too, but who cares? How do our protagonists kill the alpha megalodon? A. They create a fertilizer bomb. The alpha meg eats the bomb and is blown up, and the park guests clap and cheer in excitement. B. The female megalodon kills the injured alpha meg, who is distracted by a pod of dolphins. C. Our protagonist, in an underwater exosuit, impales the alpha meg with the sharp end of a crashed helicopter rotor. Or D. They lure a giant octopus out of the trench, which then grabs the alpha meg and drags it back down to its lair.
It's got to be C.
This is crazy.
Steven, is one of these from the original Meg?
All of these are at least loosely related to events that do happen in this movie.
That's crazy. It's C. It has to be C, right? It has to be Jason Statham underwater
with a helicopter
in an exosuit, and he impales it. Okay,
that is awesome.
It's got to be C.
I'm gonna say it's B, the female killing it, because it probably like lost its alpha status or something like that.
And it's distracted by a pod of dolphins.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
Okay, Aidan.
So A is just everybody claps and cheers, and with the power of friendship.
It eats a fertilizer bomb and is blown up, and everyone claps and cheers.
They would cheer if that happened.
Well, this is the Meg 2, right? Like, I feel like that's a way to deal with Meg 1. I'm going to go D, giant squid. I think they get even crazier with it and are setting up a franchise.
I don't know, man. I think the helicopters
another monster.
Yeah, because then it's going to be Meg 3 tentacle.
Jason Statham's pretty awesome, but I think even in exosuit, it's hard to beat the Meg.
What occurs?
Can we power scale Alpha Meg, Jason Statham Meg suit, giant octopus?
We got to speed this up a little.
The events of the movie is an octopus knocks the helicopter out of the sky, and then Jason Statham in the underwater execute impales the Alpha Meg with the sharp end of the helicopter rotor. Cameron.
So the octopus is there.
Yes.
He's there, but he doesn't
There is a giant octopus, and it is killed by the female Meg, who is then also distracted by a pod of dolphins to leave the humans away. And the fertilizer bomb, I think that's what kills the octopus. No, the fertilizer bomb, it injures the octopus, and then the female Meg kills. The beta one, it just dies. I've read the summary, it just says the beta one dies.
Does it get eaten by the alpha, and then they're like, there's always a bigger fish?
I think it dies so it can establish that the alpha is awesome. So all I have to say about this movie after this is...
I'm gonna need a bigger boat.
The deep ocean.
Qui-Gon Jinn shuts up.
The deep ocean.
So this movie had a budget of $130 million, and it made $400 million.
That's great. That's fucking insane.
Oh, yeah.
On both accounts.
Apparently the first 2 hours are extremely boring, but I wouldn't know because I haven't seen it.
The first 2 hours? How long is this movie?
Like 2 hours and 30 minutes. So
oh my gosh.
It's insanely long.
So all the action's packed
and the
into
first
the
2 hours is like a smuggling plot between the human villains, and like the Meg is barely in it. If I made you want to see the movie Be prepared to fast forward to the last 20
Because
minutes.
we just talked about the last 30 minutes.
I'm adding this to the list of Patreon ideas. This is plus one Meg watch party.
The Meg 2 watch party.
Yeah, we gotta really start a Patreon, man. Just us sitting here watching the Meg.
Yeah, sounds riveting.
Now, I like that idea.
You know what? Shut up, Cooper. Clearly, you're the chief NFO, chief no fun officer.
Hey, Cameron, shut up.
You can't be saying that.
Shut up, Cameron. We're moving on to question 8, so shut up.
That's no way to speak to the chief fun officer.
Okay, yes, sir.
The Call of Cthulhu. It's a cosmic horror short story written by American author H.P. Lovecraft, and it was written in the summer of 1926. This story is the first instance of the Cthulhu character, a massive, godlike creature, which is a mix between an octopus, a dragon, and a humongous man that sleeps at the bottom of the ocean in the ruins of a long-lost civilization. What real-life event inspired H.P. Lovecraft to write The Call of Cthulhu? A. He tried to sell a sculpture he made to an ancient history museum, arguing it came from a long-lost civilization he saw in his dreams. B. He saw an octopus for the first time. C. He saw a mermaid figurehead on the front of his ship covered in barnacles and seaweed. Or D. His grandfather told him the made-up story as a kid, and his grandfather was ripping off several other older stories, such as The Lost City of Atlantis.
Lovecraft was kind of nuts, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He's an interesting guy. He's a scoundrel. I'm gonna go
A.
Okay.
I'll do he saw an octopus for the first time.
That one is really funny. I'm gonna do D. He plagiarized stuff from his grandpa.
So the answer is he tried to scam an ancient history museum. So Lovecraft was a bit of a scoundrel.
So he tried to scam them, and it didn't work. And he was like, "Well, now I have to back up. I have to have evidence.
Now I have to write a book about it."
Well, no, the incident inspired details in the story. So he dreamt of a relief sculpture, which is like a kind of sculpture that's like set onto a flat plate that you can put in a wall, like a mosaic almost. And he crudely carved it out of clay and then tried to sell it to a curator at his local antiquity museum in Providence, Rhode Island, saying, "Why do you say that this thing is new? The dreams of men are older than brooding Egypt or the contemplative Sphinx or garden-girdled Babylon, and this was fashioned in my dreams." The curator obviously refused, and a similar sculpture is featured in the first scene of The Call of Cthulhu and in some other short stories he wrote surrounding Cthulhu mythos. So B and C were made up, and D could have happened because his grandpa did tell him a lot of major stories, and the story was also inspired by the Lost City of Atlantis, but that specific series of events didn't happen. Oh. He tried to scam an ancient history museum.
That's really funny.
Little do our contestants know that this was the fake answer. Looks like they were fooled this time.
What a scoundrel. Question 9.
Guy.
The bloop was the given name of a mysterious sound recording taken by deep ocean researchers in the South Pacific in the late 90s. I will play that sound for you now.
In the South Pacific?
Yeah, South Pacific. So that's the bloop. The sound was extremely loud and was picked up by multiple hydrophones, which are underwater microphones, over 3,000 kilometers apart from each other, with multiple instances of the sound being recorded. The researchers had never heard anything like this and didn't know what the source of the sound was. There are hundreds of videos on YouTube that have titles like Top 10 Most Unexplained Sounds or Top 15 Deep Ocean Mysteries that a young and impressionable Steven watched. But the source of the bloop was discovered around 10 years later, meaning all those people making those videos either never bothered to look up the answer or were lying. What was the bloop actually? A large underwater earthquake between the Scotia Plate and the Antarctic Plate. B. An explosive underwater volcanic eruption near the northern tip of Antarctica. C. A then unknown to science species of rare southern ocean whale. Or D. Icebergs breaking away from a large Antarctic glacier. What was the source of the bloop?
Which one of those makes a bloop?
D.
Okay.
I'll do volcanoes.
What year did you say this was?
This was... Did I specify year? This was like
I don't know if you did.
mid-90s. It was like late 90s.
It got discovered late 90s or got discovered like...
This sound was recorded late 90s, and then they discovered it in the 2000s.
Whales.
Rare whale. And then...
No, Cooper, this was in the South Pacific, not by whale.
That's the other side, my friend. Aidan.
Oh, I said volcanoes.
Okay, volcanoes. Cameron, you would be correct. It was icebergs breaking away from a large Antarctic glacier. Cameron's on a roll.
I was just imagining just the sound of like dropping an ice cube into a glass of water.
Magnified 100 times.
Really big.
And it was just really loud?
Yeah, it was just super loud, and they had never heard it. So this is also known as an ice quake.
Also,
and these are becoming more common as the Earth heats up and glaciers continue to melt.
Thanks a lot, climate change.
Yeah, thanks for that.
Yeah, it's like, have those people who like couldn't figure it out never taken a shit? That's the sound your poop makes when it hits the water sometimes.
I could have guessed that.
Of course.
But if the poop was ice, that would make sense. So the scientists were studying underwater volcanoes when they recorded that sound. So that's where that one came from. And the unknown to science whale was a common theory as to what the source could be during that 10-year window that they didn't know. Going on.
That's a true theory, though, huh?
Well, we don't know. There could be an unknown to science whale making that exact noise. Question 10. This is the SpongeBob question. In the season 1 episode, Arg, Rock Bottom, SpongeBob and Patrick accidentally take the wrong bus home from Glove World.
Bottom.
And end up in the titular Rock Bottom. Patrick is able to get on the first bus back to Bikini Bottom, but SpongeBob isn't. Charlie Chaplin rules. How is SpongeBob able to get home? And be sure to speak in the correct accent.
Yeah, Aidan.
Steven, are you aware that Alec and I used to have a podcast called Rock Bottom?
I didn't know this. I didn't do my research.
Are we really talking about this?
Alec and I's first podcast together with Ross.
I can't understand your accent.
Yeah, I'll answer the question.
Go ahead, Cooper.
SpongeBob was wearing glove paraphernalia that another guy blew up so he could float back to the top.
Okay. Aidan. Or Cameron.
God, I hate how much SpongeBob shows up on this podcast while I'm doing fucking episodes.
I agree with exactly what Cooper said. SpongeBob.
Okay, original much?
Back to the surface.
You have to be a little different.
I have no clue what's going on.
Just agree.
I concur.
You can't all just agree. Then it's not Charlie Chaplin rules. Because then you're all correct and no one gets the points.
Don't give me points. Give Cameron and Cooper points because they actually know SpongeBob.
Okay. Cameron and Cooper, you both get a point. You were pretty much on the nose. A friendly anglerfish / luth straw, because it produces red light, finds SpongeBob's Glove World balloon. So he finds SpongeBob's Glove World balloon, which, if you watch the episode, like flies away, and then that guy chases it down. SpongeBob's pissed at him. But then he returns it to him, and then he inflates that, which rises him out of the abyss.
Oh.
So
nice.
And then all I wrote for the description here is Rock Bottom is Silent Hill, and SpongeBob must atone for his sins.
Wow.
Jesus.
That's all I wrote.
Did you say one per Cameron and I? Or do we each get the 2 points?
I'm going to say one. You're going to split. We're going to do a quick point check.
I have 2 deep coin.
Deep ocean coins.
Deep ocean coin.
I
don't think I
have 4
got
deep ocean coin.
Cameron?
I've got 8
Ooh.
deep ocean coins.
Yeah, Cameron was on a run this episode. Or rather, this round.
I'm alive in round 2.
He can lose 3
you went
in a challenge,
with
though.
1, and so you made 7.
Yeah, and he was snarky about it, too. He was like, oh, I guess I've lost already. He said something along those lines.
Remember how snarky he was?
I famously come back at the end of round 2 and the beginning of round 3.
Mr. Snarks a lot.
Well, we'll see about this.
You all sound like CNFOs, Chief No Fun Officers.
This sucks. Okay, Aidan Cooper.
This is bad audio.
We can just kill it here.
All right. Thanks for joining us this week,
everyone. We're not doing the third round. Aidan Cooper, just say the magic words. I come alive in round 3.
Round 3 is where I come alive.
Round 3 is where I come alive. And round 3 is titled The Denizens of the Deep.
Whoa.
Question 11. A whale fall is pretty much exactly what it sounds like. When a whale dies, its corpse sinks to the bottom of the ocean, and then seemingly barren ocean floor comes alive, with all sorts of organisms coming to feed and sustaining its own ecosystem for decades. Which of the following organisms are not associated with whale fall events? Not. A.
Whales.
Hagfishes. B. Lockjaws. C. Eelpouts. D. Sleeper sharks. Or E. Deep sea octopi. No one likes it when I bring out E.
Yeah, that made me nervous. I'm going to say,
not be
what
E,
are
Steven.
octopi doing around there? I'm going to say deep sea octopi.
Okay. Cooper?
What was B again?
Lockjaws.
I'll see Lockjaw.
Okay. Cameron?
I'm also gonna say Lockjaw, actually.
Whoa.
Wow.
All right. Well, congratulations. You both get 3 deep ocean coins because I made up lockjaws. They don't exist. Hagfishes and sleeper sharks are associated. They don't exist.
Did we not talk about lockjaws earlier this episode?
We talked about loose jaws.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. See,
Cameron,
that's what I was
Cameron,
hoping
you should challenge
for.
this one.
Cameron can challenge
I'm
whatever
seeing
one.
some
Whoa.
Google eyes.
Wait, Steven, you have to say Challenger
Cameron
Deep
right
or
now.
else Cameron can't challenge it.
Challenger
We'll
Deep.
fall on the Challenger Deep.
They don't exist. Hagfishes and sleeper sharks are associated with the first stage of decomposition, so they eat the carcass while it still has meat and flesh on it. Hagfish are jawless fish. They don't have jaws
Can we
or
look those up
bones.
too?
Go ahead, look up hagfish. I really like hagfish.
I don't want to. They seem scary. No jaw.
No jaw.
Oh, that's worse. That's actually worse than the rest of them.
I think they're cute.
They look.
They tie themselves into long.
Ew.
They tie
No,
their
thank you.
long eel-like bodies into knots to gain leverage, and they use that to pull chunks of flesh off the whales because they don't have jaws. And then eelpouts and deep-sea octopi are associated with the second stage of decomposition, where they're basically just picking off all the leftover scraps. The third stage is when the bacteria start to break down the bones, and this can take like 50 years. And then the final stage is when all the organic matter is gone, and only the inorganic minerals remain. And this is just a good habitat for filter feeders to kind of chill.
Good chill place.
So,
Good chill hang for filter feed.
It's chill.
when a whale dies, they feed deep ocean organisms for years. So shout out to them.
Thank you,
For your
whales.
sacrifice. Thank you, whales. Question 12. On the subject of whales, sperm whales are known for their legendary and one-sided battles with giant squid and colossal squid, which is their primary source of food. We've never seen sperm whales hunt for these organisms before, but you can see the scars these battles leave on the mammals' faces. Colossal squids are among the largest invertebrates in the world, inhabiting only the cold southern ocean, with their bodies being around 14 feet long and weighing over 1,000 pounds. The elusive organism spends its entire life shrouded in almost complete darkness, which is what has led to it to develop the largest eyes of any known organism. What is the diameter of the eye of the largest recovered specimen of colossal
This
squid?
has come up on this podcast before.
Big eye.
They have the largest
This has
eye
come
of
up on
any
this
organism.
podcast.
So you should know it then. What's the diameter? Centimeters or inches? I'll take either.
I think it's about shakaroni,
Shakaroni pizza.
How much
which I
is-
think is 16-inch.
Okay.
I'm going to say
It's big though.
whatever this
I'll stick with
is.
it.
I'm going 21 inches in diameter.
Holy shit.
Dang,
Damn.
that's big.
That could be
This
it.
is
though.
like
It is the largest
Eight.
eyes of any
You
known
could have
organism.
nailed it.
I'm gonna say 10.
Okay. Well, Cooper got it dead on. 16 inches.
Wow.
Shakaroni
Damn it.
pizza.
That's actually insane. Are you kidding me?
Yes. Their eye is the
You got
size
it
of a
dead on?
shakaroni. 16 inches.
Hey,
Holy shit.
I gotta get an extra bonus
Don't give him an
deep
extra
ocean coin
anything.
for that.
I can't
They'll order you a
give you an
shakaroni
extra.
pizza.
And I also didn't write anything for the rest of this question, so I guess we're just moving directly on to question 13.
What a crazy way to end that one.
Sounds
oh my God.
good.
Well, here, Steven, I have a cool fun fact about. Didn't we first discover the existence of the giant squid because it left injuries on sperm whales?
Yeah, and we were finding them in the stomachs of sperm whales before we were finding them in the ocean.
Alive.
It was specifically the beaks they were finding, though, right?
I believe so.
That's cool.
Okay. Question 13. Another source of food at the bottom of the ocean is that weird exception biology teachers have to talk about when they bring up the base of the food chain. While nearly all caloric energy on Earth first comes from photosynthesis, the exception is chemosynthesis. This process turns inorganic compounds into organic compounds, which is aka energy. Which of the following is not a place where these organisms appear? A. Black smokers. B. Cold seeps. C. Goo lagoons. Or D. Oil wells.
I gotta go black.
These are all the names of locations.
I gotta go black. I gotta go black smokers.
Okay, this is not a place where these organisms appear.
Not.
Goo Lagoon.
I'm gonna say whatever the cold thing.
Dude.
Aidan, in case you don't know, Goo Lagoon is in SpongeBob.
That's true.
Aidan, have you never
but
seen
it's
SpongeBob?
gotta be real, right?
Goo Lagoon has to be real.
I actually can't handle the amount of SpongeBob that has completely fucked me. No, I didn't watch SpongeBob, Cameron.
Did your mom not let you?
I was not.
You didn't watch
shown
SpongeBob,
SpongeBob as a child.
He wasn't allowed to.
Oh.
You were one of those kids.
And look how I turned out.
Yeah, just as fucking fucked up as the rest of us.
Darn right.
The same. Well, if you watch SpongeBob, you might know the answer to this question. So which of the following is a place where they don't appear?
I'll say oil wells.
Okay.
I feel like to get energy out of that, it's like combustion.
And then Cooper, what did you answer?
Wait. Hold on. I need to soak in what you just said. If we watch SpongeBob, we might know the answer to this.
I don't know. Maybe or maybe not.
Wow. That was such a decisive
Okay, to be honest,
Steven.
I only said that to taunt Aidan.
Okay. Then I'm gonna stick with cold seeps.
Okay. The answer is oil wells. Aidan, you get the deep ocean coins.
Let's go! Wow. Fuck you, SpongeBob.
Yeah, I guess not watching SpongeBob didn't hurt you that time.
Are Goo Lagoons real then?
Yes, Goo Lagoons are real.
Yeah, please tell me more about Goo Lagoons specifically.
Can you explain to me what a black smoker is?
Yes, I'll explain all of it. So black smokers are a type of geothermal vent that produce black material.
That's what I thought.
Usually because they have a ton of sulfur in them. So chemosynthetic bacteria live there in symbiosis with tube worms, which are like these large, extremely durable worm-like organisms. They're not creepy. They look like plants. It's kind of bizarre. Cold seeps are areas where hydrocarbons and methane leak into the water, which chemosynthetic organisms love. These cold seeps often form brine pools, which are also referred to as Goo Lagoons. So there you go.
Oh, wow.
Good word.
And then oil wells are just areas underground where people drill for oil.
Oh.
Challenge.
Oh, should I say Challenger Deep?
No, you don't. No.
You have to say Challenger Deep.
I'm reasonably confident that the geothermal vents that output the minerals are white when they're expounding out where all of the, I'm almost certainly 50% assured of that.
Okay,
fact.
so you think black smokers was a red herring and white smokers is the real answer?
No,
well,
I'm
not
just
necessarily
challenging
white
the
smokers.
base.
Okay, you're just challenging the question. Well, Cameron, that's incorrect. Oil wells do not contain chemosynthetic bacteria.
Just like that.
And white smokers
the
are
challenge
a real
question
thing.
has slipped us by.
Yep.
Okay.
What do you got it?
Well, that's it, guys.
Guess that's it, guys.
Hey, see you guys next time.
Guys, this sucks.
This sucks. let's just finish the episode, guys. This sucks.
Damn it, this sucks.
Let's try.
No one even got the challenge question.
No one got the challenge. I guess we have to finish the episode.
Oh,
gosh.
well, whatever. So I will say white smokers are a real thing, and it's when instead of releasing sulfur, they release like silicon. And normally black smokers become white smokers when they're about to die. And they do have a different community of organisms that live in them.
I mean, have you ever seen the black lung of a smoker?
All right, next question.
We're moving on to question 14. The oarfish is a large and extremely long pelagic, meaning open water, fish that lives in nearly every ocean, reaching up to 55 feet long and is rarely seen by
I've caught it
humans.
in Animal Crossing.
You've caught it in Animal Crossing. This is where Cooper knows all his fish. When it is seen, it is often interpreted as bad news. The oarfish is believed to be one of the sources of sea serpent and sea monster myths, and they are considered harbingers of doom in Japanese folklore. So maybe you know this from Animal Crossing. What natural disasters are oarfish considered to bring in Japanese folklore?
Cooper's Island was wiped out by a tsunami after catching it.
A.
Days later.
Tsunamis. B. Earthquakes. C, hurricanes, or D, droughts?
Tsunami.
Okay. Cooper. Or Cameron.
But so hurricane / typhoon.
Yeah, I was on the same wavelength there.
Yeah, same thing.
You got him.
Okay.
You got him, Cameron.
Yeah, you got him. You got
Too
me.
bad you used your challenge one question ago, Cameron. Nice job.
And
I'm trying to think of the
tsunami
Pokemon
as well.
entrance. There's a Pokemon that's an oarfish. I'm trying to think of what it says.
Okay.
You're about to get hit by a drought.
It's an earthquake time.
Here comes a hurricane.
If he can learn earthquake, that'd actually be pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think it's earthquakes.
Cameron, that's correct. So,
whoa, cool.
Earthquakes. Now, earthquakes do cause tsunamis, but in Japanese folklore, they are just believed to bring earthquakes. So they are called the messengers from the sea god's palace in Japanese folklore.
Oh, Jesus.
Which is a crazy name. And then after
They
the
swim up and they're
2011...
hey, the sea god's about to earthquake you.
Yeah,
Sorry.
watch out. The messenger's coming. So after the 2011 Tohoku earthquake and tsunami, which killed over 20,000 people, many in Japan pointed to the 20 oarfish washed up on the country's beaches in 2009 and 2010 as a warning sign that shouldn't have been ignored. But a scientific study in 2019 concluded there's no correlation between the beachings and earthquakes.
That's what big science wants
how do
you
they
to
know?
Yeah.
I guess
Did they talk
don't.
to the sea god?
They haven't spoken to the sea god. I don't think so. That wasn't in the papers.
And they ignored his
poor
messengers. Yeah.
They died to send a message.
The hubris of man. That
And
should
we
be the
didn't even
subtitle
receive
of this
the
episode.
message.
The deep ocean. The hubris of man.
See, that should have been around, man. If you do end up seeing an oarfish in extremely shallow waters or any other deep sea organism for that matter, it's likely because they're dying. So.
Oh, that's not good. Sorry.
Are we ready to move on to question 15?
Yep.
Yes, the final question.
The final question. Question 15. Taco Bell. Or what is it? Is it like the... I can't think of the
It's
sound
like a
effect.
deep, reverberant Taco Bell bong. Thank you.
Thank you for that sound effect. One observed phenomenon with the deep ocean is that deep sea organisms are much larger than their shallow water counterparts. This is called deep sea gigantism. I've already given the example of the giant squid, but there exist giant isopods, giant jellyfish, oarfishes, giant crabs, octopi, and giant stingrays. But why does this occur? A. To withstand the intense underwater pressure. B. Deep sea creatures have less competition and expend less energy, so they grow larger. C. The cold water gives them longer lifespans, allowing them to reach larger sizes. D. Cold water diffuses more oxygen, which allows them to grow quicker and larger. Or E. No one knows.
I love a good nobody knows answer thrown in there.
It's E. No one knows.
I feel like it's not like they just live
A and B
longer.
didn't make sense to me. I'll do the oxygen diffuses better.
Okay.
That's a cool
Because
one.
that's what they say made big animals in the past, because we had higher concentration of oxygen in the atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
You could breathe more. And so it's, if I'm ignoring the live longer one, it's pressure and less competition.
Yep.
I'm going to say pressure in that case.
Okay. The answer is no one knows.
Wow.
So, unfortunately,
That's
not a
insane.
lot of research has been done on the deep
Dang.
ocean, despite the majority of the Earth's inhabitable land for biological life being in the deep ocean.
Are those all just theorized then? Like those are
Yeah.
hypothetical
So all those
explanations?
4 other ones are proposed reasons as to why this may occur, but none of them apply to all of the organisms I listed.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, there are plenty of very tiny organisms that live in the deep ocean.
Yeah. So for right now, it's a mystery, but it wouldn't surprise
And I
me
feel
if
like if
the
you
answer.
got a baby giant squid, it wouldn't be like not giant, right?
Yeah.
Dude, what?
Like the giant squid's not giant because it's old. It's like a giant squid, no matter.
Well, okay,
how
so
old it
generally
is.
fish, as they live longer, they do just continue to grow. Like they don't have a limit to their growth.
Especially if
Me
they don't
neither.
have competition for their resources.
Yeah. So that is like a possible
You ever
one.
seen a catfish? You ever seen a video of someone noodling for big old catfish?
What are you asking me?
Have you never heard of noodling?
Editor, put footage
Let's
of
just
people
finish
noodling
this.
on
Let's
the
just finish
screen.
this episode.
No, this
Please
is
don't, please
directly
don't.
a fish.
Let's
This is fish adjacent.
Let's wrap this up, Steven.
I agree. So let's do a deep ocean coin check. How many coins
This
you holding?
many.
10.
5.
Cameron?
I got 14
Oh!
deep oceans.
I lost handily.
So let's go over the challenge question, but no one can challenge, so I'm just going to share it. The challenge question was the Call of Cthulhu one. The real answer is that he had a dream that he tried to scam an antiquity museum doing the exact thing.
That's so much funnier.
Even crazier.
So much better.
He had a dream that he had to sell.
Yes, it was Dreamception. And he put this in his book.
They're older than time.
Lovecraft was a fucking strange dude.
What
He's
a
a character.
guy.
What
Wow.
a scoundrel.
He was like, he had a premonition. He was like, I can't,
That's
this isn't going
insane.
to work.
I gotta put this in the book.
There were so many more questions. I was like, that's gotta be the challenge question.
that was not the one
I did
was
not
thinking
think
of.
that was one of them.
No, the deep ocean is just freaking crazy.
Crazy.
Hey, Cameron, you know, this has been a long
congrats,
time
Cameron.
coming after your
You finally got your fish-related win.
Cameron.
after your big failure, after your big breakdown on the fish
Your
episode.
absolute failure.
You're finally on the up
Fish
again.
episode.
It's so
The
good to
hubris
finally
of
see you on the
man.
up again.
All right. I don't like the energy that you guys are bringing. You're being real
Oh, we're so
CNFOs
happy
right
for
now.
you. We're just so happy
I'm
for
a
you,
CSO,
Cameron.
Chief
Fun
Stinker.
officer. Chief fish officer now to you guys.
Oh, this
No.
sucks.
You're chief deep ocean officer. Thank you.
I'm the chief
still the
dude.
fish guy.
I'm the chief DOO.
Sea-Doo.
So congratulations, Cameron. You will be the most respected guest at the Monterey Bay Aquarium. What will you do with your power when we arrive?
I'm
Hey, everybody go out and buy a deep fish coin.
Yeah, please.
Please
And
buy
if
deep
you could
fish
do it,
coin.
if you could do it in the next like 3 days or so, that'd be great.
limited option, limited time, 50% discount right
You're
now.
running out. Your time's running out.
Hurry.
Thank you for tuning into Bus One today. We'd really appreciate it if you told your friends, family, and fellow fishermen about Deep Fish Coin. Also, subscribing or dropping a 5-star rating in your podcast player would be super helpful. Our goal is to be bigger than Bert Kreischer in terms of views. That guy is fat.
Whoa.
He also isn't very funny. We're on all the social medias at
Why
Bus
are we
One
trying to start
Trivia.
beef with Bert Kreischer? Bro, we
Steven's
can't
just
start beef
starting
with Bert
fights
Kreischer.
for us.
This will get us the views. Don't forget to visit
Yeah,
us on
he's right,
Instagram or scroll down on Spotify to answer the audience question. Take a stab at it. Write to us at hi@bestmantrivia.com.
with a helicopter blade.
Or join our
with the
Discord.
helicopter blade for the next
Take us,
episode.
impale it with the helicopter blade. We play trivia games, we send memes, hopefully you like our Discord server. The link can be found at plus1trivia.com, where you can also check out merch. Before we go, we'd like to thank Vert for the use of our theme song, 5978, which is a certified banger. Thank you. Thanks for riding Bus One. We'll see you all next week.
5 years after the events of the first film, Jonas Taylor has been involved in fighting environmental crimes
Nah, I'm not
while
listening
helping
to this.
there are no